Hello there. Fasten your seatbelts because my producer Harry and I have compiled a comprehensive tier list of Battlebit Remastered.
Oh, get up! Holy shit, there's a lot here!
Get up!
It's funny. There are people about me jumping! Jumping! Wait a minute! I'm scared! Boogie!
Get out of the way! Okay. For the uninitiated, Battlebit Remastered is everything Battlefield 2042 should have been. Pure fun and sweaty gameplay combined into a package you pay for and simply boot up and play. Not like this Apex Legends wannabe cosmetic store BS with a game attached to it. If you can get past the Legoland graphics, it's legitimately one of the cleanest and most fun multiplayers I've played in what feels like a decade.
Can you drop the rope and I'll climb on? We are taking fire! We are taking fire! We are taking fire! Just go by 36984 taking fire! I think we're taking fire.
I grew up on the early Battlefields of the 2000s, and this game is all the best components of those games blended together with a little bit of squad DNA squeezed in. The game is literally crack, and after all those hours I poured into it, I have become cracked, if I can say so myself. So now, it's time to share my knowledge with you. That's you, a clump of clay ready to be molded into a sweatlord crackhead gamer at Battlebit. This tier list will cover my thoughts on the game and begin at the bottom from F tier all the way up to S tier, starting with
Wakistan.
Spelled incorrectly in the menu. Hopefully, a patch will remedy that in the future to correctly name what this map is. Wakistan. It's absolutely whack. Like, why do we have this huge map with the map's design leading everyone to fighting in a small piece of land with 2 choke points? And that's the bridges, that is. AKA Omaha Beach.
What's up with the tank?
What's up with the tank? Get in here, get in here!
Hey, keep going, my boy. I got a double.
And don't get me wrong, this map is fun in small doses, but it somehow seems to be the most voted yet most complained about. It feels like a borderline abusive relationship for some people with this map. I don't know. Some even call it a mental illness. I'm gonna res it. Stay there, stay there.
Whoever votes for this has fucking mental illness.
I love it, man.
You're either spawning on a squad leader in the middle of banjo territory among the trees, running for miles before you get one-tap headshotted by a sentient bush in the middle of nowhere, or you're spawning on the bridge role-playing the D-Day invasion. To remedy this, I'd say the developers need to rework the flow of the map, reduce the size of the left side of the map, and add way more helicopter transport vehicles to bust people around the map. F tier. It is PTSD, the map.
What the f is this piece of shit?
Claymores. I can't think of a more toxic thing in the game outside of harsh language. First up, how to use them. Select them in the menu in place of a skillful tool. Remove frontal lobe. Place in the grass or behind corners indoors. Wait for neuron activation when the dopamine rushes from a random kill icon mid-match. You are now a professional Claymore user. There's nothing more fun than going on a kill streak and then run into one of these little toe poppers out of nowhere, bringing an end to your carnage. Fuck! Ah, you bitches and your Claymores! Kinda juicy. Fuck! Ah, for fuck! I wanna focus those friggin'... And there it is. No way I can do that. Ah, these fucking flames in my own butts. I know. God, no, man! I just saw the goddamn thing. Fucking Not sure why you can place an infinite amount of these after using the resupply crates. But yeah, Claymores make this game feel like Minesweeper at times. F tier. Anti-personnel mines. Same story as Claymores, though it's pretty fun to run past a group of enemies and place them at your feet as they run after you. It was pretty slapstick.
Hey, back in.
Anti-tank mines. Yeah, decent tank crews can spot them a mile away and shoot them out of their path or drive around them, so it kind of feels like a Christmas miracle when you actually get a kill with them. The only real tangible way to see success with this gadget is running up to the enemy spawn and gift wrapping them an AT mine right at the exit roads. I'm going to attempt this for the first time and demonstrate the smooth brain strategy. I'm just going to watch it, because I need this for the video.
Holy fuck, what just happened?
You drove into one of them mines.
Oh, the mine there? Fuck. Holy shit.
Advanced binoculars. I've literally never seen a single person use these in the game. Might be good for a future update to the squad leader class, who will eventually be able to call in airstrikes, but for now, pointless. To use the gadget spot for C4 or something actually useful. F tier. AT grenades. For something that looks like 10 pineapple grenades glued together, it sure does go off like a little Chinese firecracker. All those grenades amounted to about 40 damage. That's roughly like one RPG. I've got a better chance of winning a charity sit-down dinner with Florence Pugh than getting a fucking tank kill with these things. That's a fat F. Now arriving at E tier, heavy armor. It looks cool, and yes, you can stomach an extra shot or two, but once you've absorbed that damage, you cannot repair your armor. The only way is to die and respawn. Considering there's a movement penalty that slows you down, making it easier to actually hit you in the first place, why not stick with the medium or light armor that actually makes you move faster, along with choosing the meta class that is medic, and just heal any damage you take along the way. I mean, using any of the SMGs on the heavy armor still felt like I shredded through them. E tier.
But I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
Night maps.
Not on map, I'ma head out.
It's a novelty, you know, like once and every now and then it's okay, but I couldn't imagine playing night maps all the time. It's an absolute nightmare of confusion half the time, and mix that in with the night vision goggles, Spuddy 6 going dark, that are basically hyper-realistic in this game. Like, anytime someone pops on the lights of a vehicle or drops a flare, it simulates staring directly into the sun. E tier. Flares. If you've ever wanted to blind another human being before and get away with it, play a night map and spam flares around the map. E tier. Torches. You Americans, that's flashlights. I mean, flashlights. Now and then you get the upper hand by using a torch on night maps in close quarter combat, basically by blinding your enemy if they use night vision, but 90% of the time, if you're running around with it on, it just signals to the other team where your location is. E tier. Laser sights. I've never had a use for it during the day maps, and on night maps, it's literally a Batman signal for your location.
Oh, there's right on me.
My name is Steven! Also, E tier. Bad spawns. Spawning on your squad members is awesome, but sometimes the game's programming needs to check if the spawn is located on the ground or not. Oh! Oh my god! E tier. Oh!
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh? Me? Just hanging around.
Snipers. How dare you, good sir? I'll have you know that snipers deserve to be in S tier as they serve a prominent role on the battlefield. Hey, wait a minute. If you truly believe that the snipers are E tier, then there better be a good reason. Look, let me finish. My great-grandfather was a sniper during World War II, and I can tell you now how important snipers are to the gaming experience. All you know is how to complain for controversy's sake. Okay, snipers, I'm going to bundle them all in one group and conclude that they're all pretty good sniper rifles.
I wouldn't recommend that one. Yeah, I'll shoot someone in the head and then 5 seconds later get the kill.
I've played with them all, and they all yield pretty much similar results if you aim for the head. That's the central processing unit of humans. Remove that, the human is deactivated immediately. I would say the M200 is just stupid DiMaggio. The vanilla SV98 does the job, but the great middle ground for mobility and damage is the L96. And you can unlock it a lot sooner than the later sniper rifles, which seems like a month or two of gameplay grind to unlock for most people. The weapons are fine, but the playstyle is why I rate this E tier. The snipers in all large-scale Battlefield-esque games result in them all playing their own minigame. A point-and-click adventure game, if you will. Just set up on a high location and point-and-click on pixels until you receive that dopamine and neuron activation from kill icons popping up from 30 kilometers away. Be careful how you set up your tent though. Someone might C4 your building. Wait, what?
What the hell? I just squished!
Oh, it's coming down.
Oh, it's falling!
The MDX 201. It's a good gadget for snipers in a sniper v sniper situation. You use them to distract one another, as they simulate the glint off your scope. When they scope to aim down on you, they will be looking at multiple scope glints to pick from. Problem is, you're still a sniper. Alright, there you go. Case in point. E tier. The Grapple Hook. There we go. Really cool for snipers to find cheeky spots to camp. But where it really shines is when you can get a squad to flank a location only accessible by hooks. It's just a shame that they don't really give you any points or rewards for making them, but I can also see how that would be farmed or abused. It's a cool team gadget, but it ends up taking a gadget slot where you could take something more impactful like C4 charges. We'll get onto them later. E tier.
What is this? Battlebit?
I can't think of a more toxic thing in the game outside of harsh language.
And who is this masked imp telling people how to play the game?
In place of a skillful tool. Remove frontal lobe.
Have Dice meet me at my limousine immediately. I want to pay this hunter of spuds a little visit.
And then run into one of these little toe poppers out of nowhere, bringing an end to your carnage. We've made it to D tier. Assault class. The class really has no agency in the game when medics outclass them. I guess pun intended. And not by just a little margin, like a lot. They can use every item an assault class can use. Now for the assault class, apparently you can reload and move faster. But I barely notice it. Plus, you can constantly bandage and heal yourself as a medic. You really can't beat that. In the future, the devs will really need to take a closer look at this class. Because I bet its pick rate compared to the other classes is really low. Like, I barely play this class, if at all. Unless they do some tweaks like making the assault rifles unique to the assault class, maybe. You know, I don't know. I'll leave it to the professionals. Speaking of assault rifles. This is going to be a hot take for many, but unlike a lot of people who casually play this game, I've no-lifed it as a sweaty tryhard who grinds for the top scoreboard placement. And I can tell you, all of the assault rifles are subpar to the submachine guns in this game. It just is what it is. Out of all of them, the meta would be the M4A1 rifle with an angled foregrip and a compensator for recoil control and quick magazine reloads. It's a solid all-rounder for all engagements, close and long range, and I found all of the AKs, except for the AK-74. Oh, that looked like hacks. I swear I'm not hacking boys. I wouldn't stream hacks on Twitch. Have a fair bit of recoil control required, and most of the other guns like the AUG, the FAMAS, just felt inferior to the modded M4A1. Some notable mentions for the SCAR and the FAL. They pack a punch, and they're very accurate, but the fire rate is nothing on the M4A1, and in particular the submachine guns. And from my grind of this game, I've found that the meta is all fire rate and fast time to kill. Which is pretty much the SMGs, and believe it or not, some of the SMGs have just as good as range as the assault rifles if you know what you're doing. Now, just to hit it home, a lot of these assault rifles don't really hit the mark. Especially when you unlock some of the later SMGs and other guns, you'll realize just how inferior they are to them. The SG 550, for example, it's a cool gun, it's really accurate. But it has a big muzzle flash. It's really hard to track people. I know someone's gonna be like, well, Spuddy, you can chuck on a silencer, but then you're taking all like the negative side effects of having a silencer on, and the fire rate is slow. Now, yes, you can use a muzzle flash hider or a silencer to deal with that muzzle flash, but then you're adding recoil to the gun with that mod. So why not just use the superior SMGs that we'll talk about later in the video? And another quick note, the AK-74 is the only assault rifle really worth your time. And you've got to put on an angled foregrip or tactical and compensator, and then it's going to have very little recoil, and you get results like this.
Oh, this gun's not bad, I'm not gonna lie. Hipfire can suck my balls on this then. Jesus Christ, dude. So look, to be respectful to the players who do use assault rifles, although I would personally still use the MP5 or Vector over this, the AK-74 cheats its way out of D tier, and that's slipping into A tier. But the rest of the assault rifles, even the M4, I'm slam dunking them into D tier.
AK-47s for everyone!
Excuse me, Mr. Content Creator. Do you realise that you can actually mount a 4x scope for the assault rifles and side mount a red dot, making them a mid-range and close-range weapon at the same time?
I know.
If you switch between the two...
Yeah, look, I know. I mentioned the TTK and the decent range on the submachine guns.
It is so blatantly clear you have no idea how to play the game. Speaking as a veteran of the Army Reserves, I can tell you that assault rifles are the backbone of...
Jesus, Harry, we really need to put a lock on this door. Where was I? Assault rifles. Look, they're not all terrible or anything like that, but when we get higher into the tier list, you'll understand why I collectively put assault rifles into D tier. Think of them as a stepping stone until you unlock the really good submachine guns. Squad leader class. Just a pointless class as the assault class, if not more, as there's currently nothing noteworthy to pick it for. The game is technically in early access, I understand, and the devs plan to give it more function, like being able to call in airstrikes, but seeing as there's any class that can build and make rally points and can lead a squad, what is the actual point of this class right now? Nothing. D tier. Pistols. The standard pistols, they've got really nothing on the revolvers, which we'll talk about soon, TM. It's your bog standard safety net for when you run out of ammo on your primary. Hey brother, turn around. D tier. Let's talk about the SMGs, eh? The PP2000 submachine gun. It hoses bullets, but it feels less stable than the Vector, which we'll talk about when we're up in that higher part of the tier list. Way up higher on the tier list. The PP19. A lot of PPs going on here. It's essentially a slightly faster AK assault rifle, but classified as an SMG. Last shot, man. D tier. Light support guns. Nothing you can say can sway my opinion on this matter. For the support class, the light support guns are just garbaggio. The guns you really benefit from using the support class is the heavy machine guns. The LA86A1 has a slow fire rate and it just feels like 10 bullets in a magazine. Yes, you can get the extended magazine unlocked, but it doesn't justify its use when the gun's reload time is longer than the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy watched back to back. You'll be dead before it's over.
the MG36. It's pretty dope actually. It's kind of like an assault rifle, what it should have felt like. Ultimately though, this gun is immediately outclassed by the M249, which I'll be talking about very soon. Instantly outclasses it when you unlock it. So unfortunately, these two guns are not quote unquote meta. What? And go straight into D tier. If you have a problem with my views, you can send those complaints to I actually don't give a crap at bigtalentmanagement.com.au. Start games. You'll never witness a game with more madness at the start of each match. If you're unlucky, you'll probably get caught up in peak traffic jams, particularly in that first wave of each match.
Are you guys ready? I'm going to win this and go home to see my kids.
Find the capture point.
Alright, man.
Like,
Let's get into it, boys.
It's
What? To learn how to drive.
God damn. Come on, bro.
Oh my god.
Come on, man.
It's always a pleasure to see people get along as a team. D tier. Transport boats. Yeah, fuck this. Problem solved. They are the chariots of the water. Sometimes, also, a free squad wipe. RPGs. I tested all 4 types thoroughly, and the Heat RPG was a good all-rounder.
Anyone here?
I never felt compelled to use the AT RPGs at any time though. Like, the damage just never felt like enough, while you're sacrificing the ability to damage and kill players, and particularly cheap one-taps. It's alright boys, I got it! Under control! Oh my god. Oh, it's just getting this window. It's just filthy. More filth. Now, there's a reason it's in D tier. C4 in the hands of a sweaty is more efficient than trying to shoot 4 RPGs and reload while surviving retaliation fire mid-reload. Oh, it's not a heat round, so it's not going to do shit to him. When 2 or 3 C4 charges sneakily thrown onto a vehicle can instantly blow it up. Also, it's just kind of like cheap and nasty to get hit by these RPGs. It's fun dishing it out, I know, but like... Oh, I hate that again! Oh, the new tube is fun, but alas, it's D tier. Riot Shield. It's a fun meme to use. There isn't anything meta about the gadget, but if you want to laugh, walk towards people like the Terminator, tank the shots, and then give them the old wham bam bam with the primary weapon, and you're laughing. D tier. Smoke Launcher gives you the ability to smoke screen safely from a distance. It's great for a squad charge or obscuring the vision of an enemy tank, and I've used it often on really busy maps where it's hard to get from one point to another. And sometimes you just decide to be the change for a team and sacrifice a damage gadget for smoke screens. D tier. Frag Grenades. Are you this guy? You know, the guy who's unbound every key except W and G? Like this. Not as good as the impact grenades. D tier. Harry, was that really necessary? Welcome to C tier, support class. If people see you wearing heavy armor, they will expect ammo drops off of you and beg and plead for them. If you happen to be that one guy on the entire 254 player server who has the ammo resupply box gadget selected, you are in fact a legend. And if you happen to actually share that ammo with your team, you've just risen to God among men status. Well done. Have you got ammo crates, man? Ammo boxes? I desperately need ammo, brother. Oh, you're a legend. A legend.
Giddy up!
Engineer class. Lots of anti-tank and repair kits along with the access to not only the assault rifles and SMGs, but also the DMRs. What is unfortunately rare is seeing many engineers or ones that have selected the repair tools and support vehicle teammates in the battlefield. I understand why though. The incentive to play the medic class is too high above all other classes, and when it comes to the vehicles, only a few are on the map at a time, and when destroyed, take some time to respawn. If I remember correctly, the tanks and APCs take 6 minutes to respawn. So most of the time, a repair tool is a wasted gadget. When it's used, it's when you're likely solo running a vehicle and repairing it yourself, or on VoIP with a buddy, working as a duo to get back and forth into a fight whilst repairing. These are true MVP teammates who will win matches for the team. They will be remembered for generations after statues are erected in honor of those engineers. C tier. Repair tool. It doesn't rake in the points for the scoreboard as there's not as many vehicles to repair in comparison to the plethora of enemies to kill with other gadgets, but if you want to be a bro and help out other brothers from other mothers, let the empathy flow through your repair tool.
Hey, you an NG?
I got you, brother.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Cheers, Spud.
I got you, brother.
Hostile in front,
defend.
hostile in front. Direct front, close.
I'll still repair you. I'm dead.
Don't get out and get him.
Bandage. I'll repair you.
I got your spot.
This is teamwork, gentlemen.
Thanks for the help, Spud.
Go out, Matt. I'll hang around.
Kilos down.
Some repairs for you, Matt.
Thank you, brother.
It always feels like a catch and release nature program when you successfully heal an APC.
Job well done.
The UMP, or the UMP. The submachine gun is pretty solid. It would definitely be one of my main guns if I had not fallen in love with the Vector. This footage clearly showcasing assault rifles can get outclassed by SMGs. C tier. Carbines. The AS Val feels like a hybrid assault rifle and SMG, whilst the Scorpion has an insane fire rate, resulting in the quickest time to kill in the game. The catch though is, you can't really modify the gun and its base recoil has you climbing towards the ceiling at like 3 bullets into shooting. It goes into C tier, because when we get to the Vector, you will understand. Airdrops. Oh yeah. Shoot the parachute to make them fall faster, and refill those magazines and gadgets. Really cool to call in if you're on a tear behind enemy lines, or a sniper pitching a tent in the middle of nowhere, running out of bullets. Usually takes a bit to grind enough kill points to call it in though. C tier. Jet skis. It's a really great way to stealth across the sides of the ocean-based maps and get behind enemy lands. Just look out for the duos doing the same thing going the other way though.
Got to turn the wheels, I mean, fast, medium speed, downhill, triple caution, stay center. You have to listen to my call, Sammy, please. I beg you. Fast, medium right. Medium left. Listen to my call.
Transport cars, aka the Humvee and Tiger. Both kitted out with variants. Some armed with guns, some without.
Where?
Yeah, I got him, I got that guy. There is so much versatility with what you can do with them though. Tread infantry, and even more infantry. Why not harass the helicopters while you're at it and remind them that they are mortals like the rest of us on the ground. Become one with the turret. Become the Humvee.
Did you win? You won! Jump down! Jump down!
C tier. Pickaxe. Ever wanted to roleplay as Jack Nicholson in The Shining? The Pickaxe is just for you. Give your opponents the fright of their life when you give them a free rectal examination. Sorry, buddy. Just business. Don't just kill them, though. Share your knowledge. Educate them. Turn around, dude. Turn around. Turn around, dude. The Pickaxe is pretty sick for poking out bricks and walls and creating your own sneaky angles to shoot enemies from. Definitely good for snipers. You can break most barricades and physical barriers with it, but you cannot break down these hedges that prevent you from moving through them. They're such a pain in the ass, and the only way to deal with them is C4 or a vehicle.
Oh, that's scary.
Turn around, dude. Doink!
Oh, I ran out of the ammo!
How you going, dude? Just business, nothing personal. C tier. Sledgehammers. Fuck. How you going, dude?
What the? Where did he come from?
Wait, he's following stuff.
He's sneaky.
Whoa, sneaky, sneaky. Your mouth sensitivity, dude.
Where did you go, bro?
Pretty much identical to the Pickaxe, except you don't poke single bricks out of the walls. Rather, you tear the whole damn wall down because a sledgehammer is about sending a message. Supplies. Customization. It's pretty cool that even in a Lego brick-esque aesthetic, you can still customize your threads to look unique. It also doesn't break away from the different team aesthetics too much, so you can generally identify the enemy and not mix them up with teammates. Game has a little bit of gun porn along the way though for those Tarkov-like fanatics who just love to roleplay as tactical dads. But ultimately, the pros and cons to most of the weapon mods are negligible. Feels almost pointless for most guns. Only a few of them really benefit from the mods. The most important mod to unlock for all guns is the quick reload mag. It's a game changer. Play dress ups as you please, stay fresh. C tier. Flashbangs. Remove the retinas of your opponents with a quick reach and clear flash throw. Flashbang out.
Oh, what that guy got? Jesus.
To be honest, the throwable meta in my book is either impact grenades or flashbangs. Use the flash grenades until you unlock the impact grenades. A flash is really good for corner pushers. C tier.
Deploying flashbang.
Smoke nades. Just like the smoke grenade launcher, but less distance covered. It's pretty great for a patriotic charge though. I got smokes out, boys. Push, push. Personally, I'd only switch to it and use it if I was constantly pushing through choke points instead of going through the flanks. You know, playing like Wakistan map or whatever. C tier. Harry, was that really necessary?
What do you mean it peaked at nearly 90,000 players worldwide? How is that even possible? That's more than every single Battlefield game's player base combined.
Well, you did want more microtransactions added to the Battlefield 2042 experience.
This is unacceptable. Who do I need to sack? You? Your producers? I want answers. You're going to look at Battlebit from the top to bottom and find a way to make the exact same game, but make it appealing to all the console bros. And completely bury the game in microtransactions. If we can do it with our battle royales, we can do it to all the future Battlefields.
Recon class. It's essentially a sniper class, but you can kit them out with DMRs, which is really cool. And something I tend to do is go run and gun with them with a pocket drone and C4. Those pocket drones, I'll be I'll be definitely getting into those very soon in this tier list. Way up higher in that tier list of ours. The air drone gadget is exclusive to the Recon class, and it's almost the sole reason why Recon's literally going into B tier. DMRs, designated marksman rifles. The M110 and the MK20 have a lot of bounce to them, to the point I feel like, why bother using these? Just use other guns. Level up and unlock the MK14 EBR. My god, this gun slaps so hard. He lost like... Hear that drone. It's literally the D&B of this game, and that's drum and bass. But it can also be dick and balls if your mind went there, because this gun has it all. It can go full auto and barely raise to the sky. I personally prefer to rid away of any mid to long range distance scope and just charge into close quarter combat with it. If you have a really great mechanical aim, this gun is literally a go-to.
Oh, you're kidding. You're actually...
I am not kidding.
Full burst into your head with an AK-15.
I am not kidding. I am not kidding. I am not kidding.
You best be kidding. He's right next to you,
I'm
blind.
not kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Also, an honorable mention to the SVD. It's good, but the MK14 is better.
Behind us, behind us. Behind!
The other behind! B tier. Heavy pistols. Throw the automatic Glock in the bin, which is just a budget SMG. Throw the regular pistols also in there, because the revolvers are finally here. Once you unlock these, it's literally a toss-up between who's king. The RSH-12 and the Desert Eagle are good, but I always bounce back to the Unica. It's got a great rate of fire and pretty much hits where you point. Don't bother with the meme scopes on these things. Chuck a red dot on it and do the old quick switch after running out of ammo to finish off the last target. B for brilliant. Quick reload and ammo stacking. This is just a shout out to the devs. Every game needs to do this. Copy Battlebit, please. How has there not been a popular multiplayer game where you can hold reload to quickly drop a magazine to reload faster? Obviously, it's at the trade-off of losing any existing ammo at the bottom of a previous magazine, but it's just sick. Stacking bullets from half-used magazines really saves your sausage when you're in a pickle. Like, you're behind enemy lines without teammates and you're chewing through most of your ammo and doing half reloads. If you get time, you can stack a few up into a magazine, the full, in case you need a full mag dump someone.
Oh my god. Teammates, buddy.
B tier. Beautiful. Building. Any player, given that they've earned points in the match, can accrue enough points to build defenses mid-combat to help create defenses for themselves or their teammates. It's really good to use the protective barriers to build around rally points that are built for respawning. These respawn beacons on the flanks, you guys are true gamers. Vigi gamers.
Unable to comply. Building in progress.
Dude, it actually blocks the APC. Look at that. Brilliant. B tier. Dragging.
How about you fucking suck my dick, mate?
Where's your friends? Tell me where your friends are. Tell me where your friends are.
I don't feel like it.
Where is the formula?
Second one. My doodle, mate. Suck on my... Hey, get your hands off me. Get... Well, if we're good enough. Don't you touch my penis.
I'm taking you down to the cellar, mate. If you're going to revive a teammate, bind your drag key to the bandage key so you can simultaneously drag someone to cover whilst reviving them at the same time. Brilliant. This really incentivizes people to bother reviving other killed teammates, because there's at least a chance you won't risk your own neck reviving them in open combat. You can drag them out of the open fire. Really adds to those beautiful roleplay moments too.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Where you hiding them?
How about you fucking suck my dick, mate?
Bam waves.
我在北京。
Holy shit.
B tier. Black Hawk. Even if you're just dropping off the troops back and forth, it's loads of fun and you actually gain tons of points for it. That's if the troops you dropped off are actively capping stuff and accomplishing goals. Great way to farm points and also roleplay the Vietnam War. It's our DJ. He died at... He's serious business.
Come on.
He's serious business now.
Oh, let's go, boys. Deploy.
Go. Woo! Oh, no! It seems like every single time I get in one of these helicopters, there's someone dropping one of these bangers. You get a good pilot and they level out over a cap so you can aim properly on targets. Take him out at the entrance, goddammit! Light him up! Light him up! You have the opportunity to utilize Sasha at her full potential.
And this is my weapon. It costs $400,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds.
Now the rappel, the drop rope on the helicopter is a hectic way to get around, but if you master the old slide and jump hop midair, bullshit! You can get onto some tricky roofs while your party flies around. Just some need to be reminded to drop the rope for others.
Hello?
Hello?
Drop the rope. Drop the rope.
Press Q, friend.
Drop the rope.
Drop the rope. Drop it, man. Go, go, go.
That hurt. We got a Black Hawk down. We got a Black Hawk down.
Destruction. Yeah, it's pretty much been done before with Battlefield 4, but after the Battlefield franchise kind of forgot how cool that stuff was, in Battlebit you can pretty much level the entire map. Need a way in. Need a way in. It really ends up making the maps feel more dynamic and unique each time when new paths are created in certain areas. Get out the way! It's falling down! Run! Go! Get out the way! Taking down this tower never gets old. Fire in the hole! Ah, yes. Mr. TheSpudHunter? It appears you have something of mine. Excuse me? Battlebit. What is it that the people love about it so much that our beloved Deus here cannot reproduce? Well, it's fairly balanced. It tries to do some new things while staying true to the epic conquest modes. It runs pretty well, and even on potato PCs, and it's just simply fun. You know, the reason why we play games in the first place. Copy this game and throw in a cosmetic store with a battle pass in it immediately. But my lord, the players have said that they miss the old days. They miss the... Oh, my sweet child, we never miss. Ah, so it was here after all. You deceived me, TheSpudHunter. You're now blacklisted on our content creator program. You are now deemed a brand risk. My producer is asking you to leave. If I go, then I'm taking Battlebit with me. Sorry guys, we've now arrived at the penultimate A tier, the MP7. You unlock this submachine gun fairly quickly into the grind, and currently, as of this video, it's in the top 5 guns meta. Pretty much every content creator opinion piece puts this in its top 5, and I totally agree. Before I unlocked the Vector, this gun was my main. With a quick A reload mod and a silencer to suppress your gun, you can slip behind enemy squads and pretty much wipe a couple, reload, and finish the rest before they even realize you're there. The beauty of this gun is quick bursts of fire and getting a feel for how many bullets it takes to kill a player. Oh, the old triple. Over time, you'll get that intuition with it. Once you do that, you can pretty much accomplish what you're witnessing here. A tier, one of the guns of all time. Light machine guns. The M249, almost the exclusive reason to play the support class. This gun is pretty much available after a short grind of the unlocks, and it's better than the assault rifles, at least in my honest opinion. Why bother with assault rifles when you can have a gun that has 4 times the ammunition and can cut down squads like wheat before the sickle? If you don't die of old age before you unlock the Ultimax 100, which is essentially a laser beam version of the M249 with just a slightly slower fire rate. The M249 can laser just as much as the assault rifles. A tier. So you're probably wondering, what are we going to talk about next? Is it the Vector? No. Is it the C4 vest? No. Is it the air drones? No. It's movement. The movement in this game has a relatively high skill ceiling considering how casual the game is, and that it appeals to such a broad audience of FPS gamers. You can literally air strafe, as in like move in the air when you sprint jump. Generally speaking, you can do some pretty cool dodges with the air strafe. There's some good jumps and some ledge mounts you can do on certain maps that get you around on choke points that usually end up being in a kill zone if you walk through them.
Watch out, he's on the outside of the wall. Get him, get him.
A tier. Tanks. Boss, my gun's reloading. What is happening, man? I'm trying to fuck. Here's an in-depth guide on how to use them. Spawn in a tank. Drive up to a capture point and sit just outside of it so you're safe from the enemy. And proceed to farm kills. Yes! You are now a farmer. A tier. Little Bird. Really good for quick transports behind enemy lines using the rappel. But if you're using the armed variant, you really want to get your aim sensitivity down right so you can aim this beast of a machine. It's tough, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be milking kills in congested areas. You don't want to be on the receiving end of a good pilot in these guns though. Try and get behind enemy lines. What? Yeah! Air drones. Welcome to modern warfare. Ever wanted to be further than a camping sniper from the combat zone? Look no further. It's the reconnaissance drone. That's military speak for flying C4. Honestly, I almost put this in S tier because of how fun this is. Before you think it's OP and busted though, it really does take a bit of skill and practice to really get any results. You also only get one recon drone per life, so you have to be successful or wait until you die to get a refill on your drone gadget. At first it took me a while to get my legs like a newborn baby deer with these things, but once I got the hang of it, it escalated from terrorizing stray soldiers in the back line dude, just harassing players with this is amazing. To wiping entire squads. And oh boy, did it awaken something inside of me. We got this. Yeah!
So low. I actually don't.
I experimented with some buddies of mine, Fruki and Ultimate, and tried to see if we could antagonize the map with an army of drones.
Alright, locked and loaded.
Top of the hill, let's look at GT. Top of the hill, boys! Top of the hill!
A good counterbalance to the effectiveness of these drones is that they are super weak. It only takes a couple of bullets for the thing to be shot down. So my Sweatlord advice to new users is to go high, observe the battlefield, and find the weaklings of the herd and swoop in fast from above and immediately quick switch as you face plant into the ground and trigger that C4. Oh, there's no way. Let's see if we can just stack this up.
Buddy, this is, oh my goodness, buddy, what the hell is this?
Scoreboards. Why did the Battlefield franchise think this was required to be removed? A tier. Personnel, defense, weapons. P90 hoses bullets and is fairly accurate. I still prefer the MP5 Invector over it though. The Honey Badger, there's just better options. But I'm chucking the whole personal defense weapons category into A tier as it lucks out since the highly esteemed Groza completely shreds assault rifles. Unlock a red dot or a 4x for this, and you're on the road to success. Reload time is kind of mid, but if you get a quick A mag, you'll feel at home with some of the best guns of the game. A tier. Welcome to S tier. Well done. You're truly one with the bullshit as you've made it this far into the video. Here is where you'll witness the sweatiest and some of the funniest juicy content in the game.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Medics, the ultimate class. I know there's some preferential choices out there like playing engineer for RPGs and recon for the drones and the sniper play, but it's pretty clear medics are overkitted. You literally have 20 bandages to self-heal or others, and a med kit to heal yourself or others, and when you're moving on the fly being hit, you can heal yourself. Not to mention racking up countless points from revives. How did you die?
Help me!
How did you die?
Help me, Spud, help me.
You also have access to the majority of the weapons in the roster, which is just overkill. So run around and melt people over and over and over and over and over again with the best submachine guns in the game whilst being your own one-man army healing yourself. You also get to feel like a hero when you get some wholesome thank yous from teammates out in the battlefield. I'm not a medic, but I'm qualified. I'm a veterinarian.
Roger.
I plugged your butthole.
I'll take it.
S tier. This might be my favorite SMG in the game. The fire rate is slightly lower than the Vector, but its accuracy is out of this world. It shreds all the assault rifles, even at range, and it has a really small muzzle flash. I chuck a red dot on this beast and just go to town on the map. Close range, mid-range, long range. It's all S tier. The Kriss Vector. Just like the MP5, this submachine gun shreds and has the second fastest fire rate to the L86A1, but that gun is kind of garbage to handle. However, the Vector is pretty controllable and only has a slightly unruly recoil to handle. Quick short bursts of this and you can tear through squads.
Oh, surprise!
It has great hip fire, and if you combine it with an impact grenade before you go into a firefight, you're just going to go and clean up what's left from all the damage hosed down by bullets. Like that, dude. Drum mags are not my style as it affects the recoil and the overall combat effectiveness of the weapon, so I choose a quick A and compensators. That's pretty much the way to go. I personally can't make up my mind between the MP5 and the Vector. They're both my favorite guns in the game. They're the best meta for the close to mid-range combat, which is pretty much the entire game unless you're in a vehicle whoring or camping with a sniper rifle. S tier. Oh the impact grenade! Yeah! Impact grenades. Why let a grenade bounce and cook next to your enemies, giving them time to run away? Just pull the pin and receive instant gratification.
I got a bullet hole the size of Mississippi in my rear, brother. Please help me now.
Impact grenade. Impact grenade.
Ow. Ow.
S tier.
I've got a present for you.
APCs. Your main existential threat using these kills on wheels are smooth operators with C4s. If you're smart about your placement and stay just outside the close quarter combat area, sit outside a capture point and point and click. Receive dopamine. Point and click. Receive dopamine again. Point and click some more. And receive even more dopamine. What I'm using. No aim assist. I cannot state how thankful I am that there is no console bro dude players. Call me an elitist, but after playing Apex Legends with 100% accurate headshot strafe shots by dudes with controllers, I am just done. I'm out. No more. No more crossplay. Crossplay was a mistake. Controller players are role-playing as skilled gamers. I'm sorry. You can send more hate to my personal email at
SpudHunter@massiveschlongmanagement.com.au.
It is amazing to play against a PC-only community where outside of the odd gamer chair gamers that, you know, do eventually get banned, you're playing against natural gamers without augmented aim. Can't believe I have to praise this. S tier. What if I told you there is a gadget in this game so strong, so powerful, so potent, that when upon use, you will recite the line, "I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." Yeah! Hey, yo, I put C4 on you, man. How do you feel about it?
That's not nice.
Yeah, whatever.
The C4 vest. If you hear this noise on VoIP, think of your loved ones, your family, your friends, because it is probably your last moment before the inevitable. The C4 vest is the most gadget of all gadgets of all time. I have had so much fun with this. Honestly, it's the biggest meme.
What? This was like
It doesn't do much against vehicles. But I had the time of my life just chasing down groups of players shouting absolute nonsense as I barreled towards them at Naruto run speed.
What? A little grenade!
Go on. What the Oh my god!
Alright, that's fair.
Oh my god.
VoIP, or Voice over IP. After playing Battlebit, I think every game needs local VoIP. Vector.
There's no f***ing way.
What man? Check out my Steam page. I've been VAC banned 10 times. And in particular, hot micing, which is when your microphone becomes active for a couple of seconds after player death. But my privacy, you exclaim. Just deactivate it in the menu. But toxicity, just deactivate VoIP in the menu. Ironically, I found this game to be the least toxic due to the community moderation resulting in casual racists and idiots on the mics being vote kicked by the community live on the servers.
Help! Help! What's happened to all you guys?
Local VoIP has created the wildest scenes of role-playing. The only way to play this game is serious? Nah, you can have fun. I mean, like, there's serious and then there's super serious. Like, There's like, hey guys, this is squad 1, squad 2. Let's work together. Let's capture this point. And then there's literally like this mode. Squad 2, this is squad 1 calling in. I need immediate evac now. If I don't get evac, I will be reporting you to the server admins. Do you repeat? Do you understand? Copy, over? Do you understand? Call in, Foxtrot. You know what I mean? Like, there's levels of it. There's levels of it.
We're gonna move up here. Oh my! Let's go! Okay. Go.
Most of the time, like I just can't.
Pick me up, brother. Pick me up.
On FPS games.
Fucking loud. Jesus, shut up.
But the VoIP shenanigans doesn't stop there. There's other scenes of chaos.
It's funny. No, people about me jumping.
More chaos.
Oh my god! Yep, they're here.
They're on the tower!
Come on to the pack house.
Give me the shit! Give me the...
Light trolling. I'm on top of your vehicle. I am on top of your vehicle. There is nothing you can do. I am on top of your vehicle. Even a little more trolling. I got him!
Nah, you guys are trash, man.
What do you mean? You're on the floor! You're on the floor!
So bad!
You're on the floor! You're on the floor! You're on the floor! Just a little bit more. Hey, fellas, are we on the same team? Fellas.
Nah, man. No.
You could have at least taken us out to dinner or something first.
That's really unfortunate.
You fat, sloppy dick, you piece of shit.
Why? That's not very nice to say. Why are you so toxic? Who hurt you? Teamwork. Someone's reloading.
Tier right, teammate. Tier right. Stop yelling there, you dumbass. Thank you.
Immersive death screams. Thank you very much. War crimes. Hey, look up, dude. Look up. S tier. This is the ultimate goated feature of all time. Oh, Jesus! Harry, look out! Well, I guess the moral of the story here is, and I'm looking at you AAA game industry, make multiplayer games fun again. Take some educated risks and let loose a little. People are playing this game in numbers for a reason. Maybe it's a sign of change. Maybe the viewers of the video should subscribe to the channel. Harry insists. He insists you should also subscribe to the Twitch channel. Oh, and he also insists the Discord as well. We both insist. We really insist. We mean it.